Hey guys, and welcome to my first video on this channel. Today we are going to start off with something simple, which will be this cool looking but easy to make navbar. I will guide you step by step on how to make it, so this video is great for beginners or advanced developers who want to know a quick and easy way to make a good looking navbar from scratch. And without further ado, let's just get right in. We're going to start out by making an index.html and a styles.css. You can name them whatever, just make sure it has a .css and .html at the end. And I apologize in advance if you hear a lot of background clicking from a keyboard. So hopefully that gets fixed in the incoming videos. But let's start out by clicking the title and change it to something like navbar. Oops, spelled it wrong. Alright, then you can link your styles.css is what mine's called. We'll just make a nav, and we're gonna put a div. So a short way of putting if you want to put a div with a class, you can go dot, and we're gonna call this logo, and that will make a div with a class of logo. And here we're gonna put an h1. We're gonna say nav, and then bar. We'll call it that. Alright, let's go UL, and again, instead of doing UL and then putting class and everything, we can just go UL dot the name of the class, which will be nav-links, be like that. Make a list index, because this is an unordered list, so there won't be numbers, it'll be like a bulletin point or a dot. And so make an LI and an A, which is just a link. And we'll set it to hashtag, which just means the link goes nowhere. We'll make a home, copy this, paste it 2 more times, change this to about, and this one to contact. Right here you can see we have navbar and then the 3 links. Go to styles.css, this file. We're going to set it to everything on the file. So we want everything in the file to have a margin of 0 and a padding of 0. You can see on this side how all the things went up right into the corner, because there's already a set margin and padding on every web page. So we just removed it. Next, you're going to want to head over to Google Fonts. There will be a link in the description if you need one. And type in Poppins. It's a pretty cool font. It'll just make it will just make the text on the navbar pop out a little more. We can go regular 400. We're going to put select. We're going to grab this import right here. So, import, and grab this right here. Bring it over here. We'll paste it right above everything on our CSS file. Grab this is the font family. So, we'll copy and paste that right here. So it'll say font family, the Poppins, and the backup is sans serif if it can't load up Poppins. Now, alright, let's put nav. So this will target everything in the nav, which is from here all the way to here, all the way to the closing tag. There's a better way to put it. Alright, we're going to set it to display a flex, so they're all flexing. That is a horrible way to put it. Anyways, set it to display flex, and set the justify content to space around or space between. Space around will just make sure there's even amount of space on these 2 sides, and it just kind of looks like they're all around. And space between, what this will do is make sure there's space between them and not on the outside around them. It kind of explains itself. But now we're going to add a line items to center. This now removes the center, and a better way to make it look a little better when you're first starting out learning CSS and stuff, I like to put a background here so you can see exactly how much height and width that whatever you're targeting is taking up. So that's just going to make it look a little better for the second. We'll remove it in a little bit, but set a height of, let's say, 66 pixels, a little smaller than it was. It's a fixed height. And then we're going to set a border bottom to 1 pixel solid, and then we're going to set a RGBA, which it's going to be a regular color, but it's going to have an alpha channel. So we're going to set 51, 51, 51, and then 0.138. It's hard to see the second, but I'll remove the background. We might as well remove it right now. Just trying to show you what the navbar actually looks like. So it has this little border right here. Kind of gives it a cool effect to show where it actually ends. And now we can select the nav links, which are right here. So it'll select everything, all these links it'll select. We're going to set the display to flex again, so they're just around right here like this, and the justify content to space around. This won't take effect at all, because if we change the background color to this, oops, do this, they have a very small, so we need to change the width in order to make that bigger. So target the width, and we're going to say 40%, oops, percent, and give it a lot more width like that. Next thing, let's do the nav links, and in the actually the LI, which is all the list index. This is what's making the actual dot on the thing. We're going to set the list style type to none, and now we can target the dot nav links A, which is all the links. So all these. We're going to set the text decoration to none. That's what the underline is right here. And we can also set a color to this. I want to make it another RGBA, because you'll see a cool hover effect I want to make next. So 0, 0, 0, and then 0.59. It looks a little different. And then we're set the transition. You'll see this. Actually, I'm going to wait a second for this so I can explain it more. Again, do the nav links A, but then add a hover. So this will take place every single time your cursor goes over the link. And we're going to set the color all the way to black, just like the logo is right here. So now if we go over here, they change black every single time we're hovering over them. Transition, on the other hand, if we set to 0.3 seconds and then ease, what this will do is kind of give it a cool, like a glowing effect. So it takes a second for the color to take place. It's kind of cool. And that's it. It's a navbar, a very simple one. In an upcoming video, I'll show you how to make a navbar responsive. So on phone or on a gigantic screen, it'll look very good and it's easy to get around. So that will come up in the next videos. Hope you like this one. Hope you learned some things. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you would like. And see you in the later videos.